Hey everyone, happy Tuesday, August 12th. I'm coming at you today from the car as usual, but I'm going to be cutting to an interview that I actually did on my lunch break with Sam Morrison Wilson of Your Admin Ninja. She has a workshop coming up next Monday afternoon going over what she calls the Gratitude Blueprint. It's a formula and action plan focused on retaining your customers and your clients. It's a piece that I've always struggled with in the past, doing my 9 by 12, getting advertisers, not able to keep them around. And it's always been because, like I just said in my last video, my mind is always 20 different places. And so in the workshop that she's going to be doing, it's like a half day workshop, so like 4 hours, but she'll go through the whole plan and you'll come away with an actual blueprint and plan of what to do to be able to drive that retention, drive that engagement with acts of appreciation, gratitude, beyond just like thank you cards, that kind of thing. She goes into a number of different ways that you can activate that retention and that relationship with your advertisers. So take a look, enjoy. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments as you go through it. I'd love to hear what you have to think and any secrets you might have on driving retention of your advertisers. But Sam's been doing this for years and years and years. Her whole business model is focused on helping people keep their clients longer, because that's one of the biggest secrets in business. It takes, a whole lot more to bring in a new customer versus maintaining and retaining a current one. But you need to actually have a mindful approach to it and actually do the work. And so she has a whole system built around that, and she'll be sharing little bits about that in our conversation today, and as well as, inviting everybody to the workshop she's doing next week, which will go deep onto everything you need to know to put an action plan into place for yourself, for your business. So without further ado, take a look, enjoy this conversation I had with Sam Morrison Wilson. So everybody, this is a different kind of episode for the YouTube channel today. So I have a guest with me here, Sam Morrison Wilson from Your Admin Ninjas, and she is actually putting together a workshop early next week on Monday to go over something called the Gratitude Blueprint. So in short, if you've ever felt like you lose clients as fast as you get them, today's conversation could be that thing that finally changes that. Sam Morrison Wilson is here to share how to build a system that keeps clients coming back and referring you without feeling pushy or fake. So one thing I hear from a lot of small business owners, especially side hustlers, is that they kind of feel stuck in the hamster wheel, like I do too. Keep getting clients and we lose focus on retaining them. So I know your workshop is about breaking that cycle. So before we dive into it, how did you first realize that there's a better way?
Well, thank you for having me here, Will. I'm really excited. So, how I learned this was really just part of who I have been my whole life. I recognize that when you do a good job and you show appropriate appreciation, something magical just happens. One of the things I'm going to talk about at the workshop that can be a little sneak peek for your viewers is that I found out probably a couple of years ago that my grandmother, my Granny Iris, back in the 1970s in Arlington, Texas, worked at a place called the Appreciation Inc. And it was set up to show appreciation. They work for realtors to show appreciation to their clients to get more business and get more houses sold. And I didn't know that. And this is just part of what I've done. And I have a marketing background. I understand marketing. I understand how to grow a business. It's what I do. But what I have found is that there's a better way than what we're taught. We're only taught like half of the equation to chase and hustle and get all the business, but we're not taught what to do when we get the clients. And so what I teach is what to do when you get the clients so that you can build a more sustainable business. It goes deeper, right? You have more clients that are longer, and then you can go wide as well. But if you're just trying to go wide with no depth, you're going to be chasing that revolving door your whole business career.
Oh yes, I know that well. Especially in our business, most of the people following the channel are doing is like shared postcard marketing. So we're always looking to get spots filled on a shared postcard. So we have a wide range of different kind of clients and people that we work with. But a lot of the time, if somebody doesn't see immediate response, the relationship isn't very deep. So they're just like, oh, I didn't see anything, so I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna drop out. So they might not, retain long term if they don't get immediate response. But I see just from what you say, showing appreciation and doing that kind of thing, that can deepen that relationship more.
Well,
So
the onboarding process that you have will make it or break it. And I'll tell you that for most people in business, they don't have an onboarding process. And it doesn't have to be a big, long thing. But if you don't set the expectations on the front ends, the client is going to have their own expectations. And so you have to help them set that. And with an appropriate onboarding process, you can do that. It's just a simple couple of emails, couple of touch points. And the thing is, people don't slow down long enough to do it because they don't understand. They think it's going to take too much time, tech, or money. And the system I teach requires none of that. You can use tech, you can use automation, but you don't have to.
okay, that's a good thing to know because a lot of times that it gets to be bigger than we expect it to be and not be able to kind of, get in front of it. So a lot of marketers think that their biggest problem is on the lead generation side. So why might retention actually be the bigger moneymaker for people?
Well, if you've already got somebody that says yes, it's easier to get them to say yes again. Even, Russell Brunson and all the main marketing people out there teach, just get them to pay $1. Just $1. If they get them to pay $1, and then they're more likely to spend more money with you. So if you're able to do that, get them in the loop, they're already paying you. You do a good job and show appropriate appreciation. They will stay longer. And I just build in some little natural points for referrals, like on the back of the cards I send, or I'll put we love referrals, right? It's very subtle. It's just there, and it's very interesting because what I have found is when you treat your clients like a human, go figure, then they know that you're going to treat their referrals like a human, and they like that. We're in a very digital age right now, and there's no getting around it. And we still crave human connection and real connection, not just some fake social media swiping and liking all the different things. Like somebody that actually sends a message and says, "Hey, I saw your daughter just graduated with whatever degree. I just wanted to say, well done, Dad. Well done."
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's different. That's going to land
Yeah, that'll
different.
stand out. Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
definitely stand out from everything else that they get. Because people get cold DMs all the time. People get cold messages, emails, phone calls all day. So showing that like actual human interaction really can cut through the noise and really set you apart into that relationship.
Yeah, it takes intentionality. That's all it takes.
Yeah. So you make it clear that this isn't just about sending thank you cards. So what's kind of the strategy behind it?
Yeah. So thank you cards are great. I love cards. I actually used to own a company called smilesbysam.net. It was not about teeth, it was about greeting cards. And I made handmade greeting cards and had them sold in 100 stores in 5 states back from '04 to '08. And I love cards. And cards are good, but that's not the only thing. If you're doing B2B, I'm going to give away one of my biggest tips. Like this is part of the paid program, but I'm going to tell y'all, if you're doing B2B, leave a Google review for your client. But when you leave the Google review for your client, screenshot it and send them a text message saying, "Hey, I just left you this review, wanted to make sure you saw it." Because sometimes your contact is not the person that manages the Google business page,
Hmm.
and they'll never see it.
Oh, that's a great
So
tip.
do the Google review and then send a picture saying, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know, left you this 5-star review. Hope it helps y'all's business."
That's very nice. Yeah, and,
Zero
and that's
dollars.
yeah,
Zero
yeah. That's a great
dollars.
hack. That's a great hack, and that's something that that they'll see everybody loves their Google profile. Everybody loves seeing their reviews. I know I go on mine. I barely get any reviews on my local advertising page, but I still go on there anytime I search for myself. I just love looking back at those reviews. So that's just extra touch points when the business owner does that and they go back there, they see, hey, there's your name again, and you can stay top of mind that way. So that's really
Yeah.
great. So in your workshop, you say that people walk away with an actual blueprint ready to use. Can you give us like a quick picture of kind of what's inside that blueprint that they'd be able to get?
Well, what the gratitude blueprint is actually an actionable 90 to 100-day onboarding plan and a quarterly touch program. And by the end of the workshop, they will have the outline of what they're going to do. And it's highly likely they'll be able to implement what they've chosen. I may want to tweak it a little bit because we're going to be doing it quickly together. You may want to go back and review it some. But for most people, what I have found is using um, the onboarding process that I teach with some strategic implementation points of reaching out for different things. You can actually do a really, really good onboarding process, and it costs you less than $10 per client.
Okay,
So
that's
it
awesome.
doesn't have to cost a lot of money, right? And so for this workshop, I wasn't sure if I was going to have it ready or not yet, but I do. And I have a custom GPT where we're going to go through the prompts together and they'll enter their information and literally they're going to walk away with their own gratitude blueprint of their onboarding process and their quarterly touch program with budget and everything lined out.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
like
Yeah,
amazing. I'm so excited. I'm ready to do it.
yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing I need. Because I'm always in the hustle of getting new people in, getting them on the card, and then I mean I've said it on this channel before that I am terribly bad at the follow up and keeping in touch with the clients after the fact. And you're absolutely
You're
right.
not the only one.
It can't be thought of after the fact because I'm thinking about it after the fact, and like you're saying there, it's a part of onboarding. It's a part of like when you first get that client. As like for us, we're like working on ad design, all those kind of things. For me, I'm just always focused on like, all right, get the card out. That's like all my focus is on doing this. So I know a lot of my viewers are like people just starting out and like starting with prospecting and doing these kind of things. So having that as part of the onboarding can be
Yes.
key in building that relationship much deeper than
And
just
the really cool thing, if you do it the way I teach it, it's going to feel so spontaneous to your clients. But
mm,
I plan the stuff a year in advance. So I
okay.
know what I'm doing a year in advance, but the people that get it feel like it was like, oh, this was just for me.
Mm,
And so it's really cool. So I really do believe that if you want to grow your business in a more sustainable way, have get more referrals, keep your clients longer, that what I'm teaching is the missing piece that nobody's ever been taught.
awesome.
You know, there's a book out there by I was going to say Simon Sinek, but it's Joey Coleman, and it's called Never How to Never Lose a Customer Again, and it's actually a really good book. When I read it several years ago, I'm like, oh, I've been doing the Joey Coleman before Joey Coleman. Like this is just what I've done, and I'm like, there's somebody out there that has put some energy behind teaching this, but he's the only other person I've ever seen teach
Mm,
anything like this.
awesome. Yeah, and all the different things that I follow, like mentioned Russell Brunson, I've been following him for years. We're in Doug Belton's community on
Yeah.
school, and all the different places I see. There's nobody ever focusing on that gratitude to retention kind of workflow and process, like you've built out over these years of your experience and kind of honing in on making that work for small business owners. So can you share a story of a small business owner that who's used your blueprint and has seen some results from it?
I will show you this pen. I didn't plan on this, but this pen um, is purple, which is my favorite color, and it's sparkly. And on it, it says, "Your admin ninja." One of my clients who I've taught this appreciation process to several years ago for admin day got me several of these pens. It does not have his name anywhere on it. It's all about me. But
Mm,
every time I use it, I think about him.
hmm, that's a great little tip.
So you
Yeah,
don't
because I
even have,
always
it
focus on
doesn't
like
even
doing
have
your
to
own
have
branding,
your
but yeah,
name. You know, for small
you
business
know what
owner,
you're
if you're working with small business owners, they hardly ever get anything with their name on it. They don't have the budget to spend for swag for themselves. So if you
doing.
could have something with their name on it, that's just very powerful. And I for the automation piece, if somebody doesn't want to do it old school style, low
Hmm.
tech, and they want to do automation, Mailbox Powers, the company I use, and they have an integration now. If you're using high level, which we
Hmm.
use Ninja CRM, which is white label, go high level, you can add it into your onboarding form to have it trigger an automation to automatically put it in Mailbox Power.
Huh.
So that system can just run. Like you literally do your onboarding, get them all in the right spots, and it just does it.
There you go. And that's all stuff behind the scenes that, I've never
And
seen
you can
anybody else
you
talk
can
about.
use their information on it. It doesn't have to be mine,
Yeah.
right? So I could have your information on the cards that go out or the a cup or whatever I do, right? So it's just like the technology has finally caught up to what I want to do, right? And so it's so exciting.
So let's see what else we have. Um, some people think that they're already good at appreciation because they just say, thank you and just like kind of leave a quick message to them at the end of like a campaign or something. So what's the gap that they're missing that your workshop would fill? Aside from
I
just,
would
all those extra touch points you might have, what are some of those other tangible things that they can get out of it?
I would just ask them, do your referral numbers and your retention numbers prove out the fact that you're doing a good job? If if your close rate is higher than your retention rate, you're not doing
Hmm,
as good as you.
that's good to know.
So, I mean that's really the point. It's like the result, the money will show, the money doesn't lie, right? If they're not
Hmm.
renewing, if they're not referring you people, then there's something not working, right? And so um, the other thing though is with because of the custom GPT, when they get
Hmm.
their ticket and they get access to that, if they ever want to use it again on a different product or service or different business, all they just have to do is click it again and run it through another scenario if they have a different thing they want to do. So this is something that will be able to continue with them as their business grows.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's good. 'Cause as our marketers, we kind of like to do multiple cards. We're always kind of like looking for new clients and looking for different areas, different specialties. So it's good to be able to run back through there with new ideas and keep it fresh. So if someone wants to stop feeling like they're constantly chasing clients, tell us about the Gratitude Blueprint Workshop, how it works, when it's happening, and what they'll walk away with.
Yeah. So it's August 18th, this coming Monday, and it is from 1 to 5 p.m. Central. However, if you can't make it live, getting the replay is 100% acceptable. I understand as business owners running a business that maybe a 4 hour time slot's not going to work for you. But here's what I will caution you. Um, if you say, oh, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to get the replay, the only way any of this is going to work is if you actually watch the replay and then implement what you learn. Because I promise you, I'm going to give you everything you need. This is not like a bait and switch kind of thing of, oh, she says you're going to get one thing. You're literally going to walk away knowing everything I do and have done to create a business that is 100 based 100% on referrals, right? And so you will get everything you need. There's an online course that I've created. Well, you've gone through that course. I made a couple of little
Mhm.
edits to it, and but you get access to that. So if you ever want to go back and rewatch that, you'll have that. Plus, you'll have lifetime access of the replay of the actual event. And you get to bring one admin or marketing person or somebody with you at no cost, which is really great. And then once a month, we're going to be doing kind of a pick Sam's brain thing and the school community, the free community. more of a mastermind networking style thing where we're going to be talking about best practices, what's working now, if there's some new things that I've seen, and then talking about what's happening in your business so there's some connection point, because I really believe that the people that come through the workshop are going to be of the same mindset of gratitude is important. And then when y'all start to get together, then you'll start to be able to possibly see referrals from each other. So it's all about relationship.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I've talked about on one of my last videos when I was going through like my current cards and like how I see the people that recur and keep coming back. It's usually like been my either my friends or people I've had like past relationships with beyond like prior to doing business. So having that personal relationship, having building a relationship that's beyond just like transactional relationship really makes that retention and repeat business seem more natural because they build that trust. They build that knowing that you're actually looking out for them, and so that makes a lot of sense. So I know you've got
The
some bonuses.
humanity factor again. The humanity factor.
Go figure. It's the
Go
secret sauce,
figure. Go
especially
figure.
in this AI digital age where everybody's kind of automating everything out beyond like the personal touch or trying to make things seem personal when they aren't. Actually being conscious and being uh, aware of what you're doing and putting actual time and energy into getting to know that business owner, programming the automations. You can still program it, but having that personal relationship kind of feed into the automation to begin with is key. Not just saying, all right, here's their company name, make a personalized email for something. That doesn't work. People see right
No,
through that
that's
these
not.
days.
No, no, no. Yeah, so you're about to ask me about bonuses. So I mentioned the three of them already. They get access to the course, they get to bring somebody with them, and they get to come to the monthly sessions in the community. But if somebody actually joins live, I have a very special thing that you only get if you come live, and you don't get to know about it till then. But I promise it'll make things easier for you.
Awesome. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. So I know it'll be on Monday. So we'll be able to go to the gratitudeblueprint.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, and they can use the coupon code WILL and save $100 off their ticket to where they can actually get access to everything we talked about for one-time payment of $197, which I will never, ever, ever do it that low. Promise.
Yeah. So viewers, I've been around Sam for a while, and this is definitely the most affordable price she's ever had on any of her trainings. And to go through a full workshop, going through the whole process and getting everything you actually need in order to implement it, plus those bonuses of having the community, having her past course, and those monthly touch points with an expert that's actually doing it as her full-time focus with their company is definitely going to be a shortcut. Because I'm always about finding the shortcuts, finding people that know what you need to know, and just tapping into their knowledge. And so that just being able to be in the room with her like once a month and get those kind of questions answered is huge. So I'm excited to be able to share this opportunity with everybody. I'll try to be there. I work from home on those times, so I don't know if I'll be in meetings for my 9 to 5. But I plan on at least having it in the background so I can make sure I can be ears up for any of those bonuses that she mentions on there.
Yeah.
But this is one of those missing pieces, especially in the 9 by 12 business, where we're always hunting new clients, and that I think will be a game changer for people to be able to kind of start the relationship, start their prospecting, knowing that this is kind of a piece that you'll be able to surprise and delight your prospects with as they come on board. So if my audience remembers one thing from today, what would you want it to be?
If they could show real, true appreciation, their life and their business would be totally different.
I believe that,
It's
and
not
you're a
just about
testament
our
to it too.
business. It's not just about business. Yes, we have to make money, but this isn't just about business. It's about your life as well.
Yeah, yeah, taking that time to show appreciation for everything that you have going on, it just kind of sets your tone, sets your interactions with people in a whole new level. So, uh, Can you give maybe the my audience like a 1 day gratitude challenge that they can try right after watching this to kind of get their mindset into that gratitude mentality?
Well, I actually teach something called the 7 minute gratitude, the 7 minute gratitude blueprint. Sorry. And usually I charge for this, but I'll give it to your people for free. All right. So in the morning, it first of all, it takes 7 minutes a day, some in the morning, some in the evening. And so in the morning, you write down the three things you're grateful for. And then you write down your top three to-dos for the day. Here's the reason we do three is because as business owners, we have all the things and we are overwhelmed before we even start the day. And so when you write down your three things you're grateful for, your three top to-dos, that really hones in your mind, helps you focus on what you have and the intentionality for the day. Then at the end of the day, you close your day with writing down your three wins from the day, be big or small, doesn't matter, can be business, life, whatever. And then you also write down what you think your wins are going to be for the next day. And I learned that concept from the book called The Gap and the Gain by Dan uh, Sullivan and Ben Hardy. And literally, when you close out your day focused on gratitude and the wins for what you have and what you think you're going to have the next day, and then you start with gratitude and your three wins, it's just a cycle that just continues. And I call that the overflow effect. And when you live out of overflow, everything else changes. So the 7 minute gratitude blueprint, do it, right? Go back and watch that again, write it down, but do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely save that. I'll put that up to make sure it's top of everybody's mind uh, to go in and do that because I used to keep a little journal and I've gotten away from it. So that's a great reminder and it's great to be able to focus on knowing exactly what you do. You can put it in your calendar just every morning when you wake up at your normal time. Just put on there, hey, do your gratitude, your 7 minute gratitude blueprint. Put it on beginning and end of the day because
So
it's
easy.
easy to
Yeah.
forget and get distracted. So just keep a little notebook handy and just do that and just like watch the results kind of pile on from there. So, well, thanks so much, Sam, for being a part of this and coming on the channel to share all of this knowledge that you've shared for free, giving us some of those quick little tips and
Yeah, of
tricks behind the scenes.
course.
And so if everybody's kind of seen this and like this, definitely go to thegratitudeblueprint.com and register. So if you use, like Sam said, if you use code WILL in the checkout, it drops the price down to $197. That's our full 4 hour workshop going through everything you need. So it's not just a little webinars trying to pitch something else. It's everything you need. And just factor that into your business plan because this is what will keep you keeping your clients around longer. If you sell one ad and keep them on an extra one mailing, that pays for this whole process. That'll keep you alive in business for much longer, make your retention much easier. So definitely check it out. I'll have it in the links in the comments and the description below, and definitely take Sam up on this amazing offer to be a part of this
Thank you, Will.
community
This has been
and
so fun.
education. Oh, thank you,
Thank
Sam.
you. I really enjoyed
It's
the
great to connect.
conversation.
Well, thank you. All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that interview with Sam, and hope you are able to take action on the offer there to join her for the workshop next Monday. Because I've seen Sam around doing this for a while, and she always over delivers, gives everything that you really need to make an actionable plan. And it's something that I'm going to really take to heart as I go through this program and put in practice in my business to focus on, retaining these customers that we work so hard to get, that we don't want to just lose them out of just lack of attention and care being given to them. So I hope you're able to join us for that workshop next week. Just go to thegratitudeblueprint.com and put in my name, Will, as a coupon code, and you'll get $100 off that price, like she said. So it'll bring the price down to just $197, which, like I said, with just that one payment, if you get one client that stays around an extra cycle or two on an ad, then it more than covers the cost of the workshop. So definitely very valuable information, especially with all the bonuses that she has to offer in there. And like she said, having those weekly meetings, we'll be able to have somebody that's been an expert at owning their own business, retaining clients, being referral based only for so long, got a lot of great info that you can gather from her from doing this. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I had running the interview with her. Hope you gleaned a good number of insights from that, took some notes, put your action plan together, and are able to join us next Monday for the Gratitude Blueprint live workshop that Sam is running. And I know this is kind of an odd format that I put out here with this interview and everything, but I hope you got a lot of value out of it because it is something very relevant to my struggles that I've had in growing this business and retaining customers. And I think it will probably help you all out wherever you are in your journey with the 9x12 and your businesses, that it helps make an impact for you. So leave a comment, let me know what your thoughts are on it, and I hope to see you at the workshop on Monday. All right, y'all, take care. Have a great day. Bye.